I saw Markiplier's debut feature film, Iron Lung. Let's do the spoiler-free, no-hype review. What's up, cretins? What's up, creeps? My name is Chris. I'm the only person talking horror on the internet. YouTuber Markiplier walks the path blazed by the Filippo brothers and Chris Stuckman onto the big screen in Iron Lung, an adaptation of the 2022 video game of the same name. Iron Lung follows Simon, a convict forced to pilot a submarine through an ocean of blood on a desolate moon to save humanity. Okay. So I'm going to preface this review by stating that I don't know much of anything about Markiplier. I know that he's one of the top YouTube creators, but that's it. I've never watched one of his videos, so I don't have a huge investment in this being good or bad. I'm welcoming of new talent, and I'm hopeful that he made the most of his opportunity. Alright, let's bring this up so we can break this down. Markiplier absolutely has a vision for Iron Lung, and you can see that it's something that he's passionate about. If nothing else, because he wrote, he directed, he edited, and he's basically starring alone in the film. So forgive me if some of these observations bleed into one another, because this is very much a one-man show. I think he has a visual style, and I think that he does a good job of showing us the film interpretation of the game. But I didn't know going into this that he does Let's Plays, and my unbiased read of this film was that it looks, it reads, and it feels like a video game. And some people are going to love that. I don't think that it works for people that are not accustomed to that style. I'll give him the benefit of the half and give him an 8 out of 15. Markiplier really is the only actor. I mean, there's some voice acting, there's another character that's on screen for a brief stint, but the bulk of the work falls on him and his capabilities as an actor alone. Is he believable? Does he pull it off? Sure, but his character isn't exactly complex either. Would he have had a better result by putting somebody else into this role, gaining the benefit of another perspective? Maybe. He was fine, but I don't think that other directors will be beating down his door to be the leading man in their next outing. 7 out of 15. The screenplay is messy, and there's no getting around that. There's very little dialogue, and there's very little action. It seems like there's a heavy impression that you, as the viewer, are going to be sitting there and going, "Oh my god, it's that part! I loved when that happened!" And I'm sure that it is great for those people. But there's so little that happens for a film that runs so long. Runtime is 2 hours and 7 minutes, and that time is not justified. They could have cut the movie in half, and it still would have run long. 4 out of 15. Is it scary? It can be. Markiplier has some solid visual style, but being this one person in a submarine, it feels short-sighted that there's really nothing ever built on the claustrophobia or the isolation of the setting. I'll go 4 out of 10. Aesthetics are a strong suit. I felt like I could smell the rust of the worn metal and feel the cold of the engine room. I wish there was a little bit more sound to it or a little bit more feel to it. I wish that I was invited into this world as opposed to just being asked to observe it, because it is interesting. 7 out of 10. I don't know that I understand what the story is. I mean, I understand that this is a game that he did Let's Plays on years ago, but it's never exactly clear why this game needed to be adapted into a film. For such an insane concept, not much happens in the movie, and when it does happen, it isn't exactly interesting. Sorry, dude, 1 out of 10. Kills. Alright. You may have heard that Markiplier has been claiming that they tracked the amount of blood used for this movie. They got the numbers from Alvarez's Evil Dead remake. They got the numbers from Peter Jackson's Brain Dead / Dead Alive. And that Iron Lung is now officially the bloodiest movie ever made. Let's clear this up. Is there a lot of blood? Yes, absolutely. There's a whole river of it. Now, is there a lot of blood shed? No, there's virtually none. Markiplier claiming that Iron Lung is the bloodiest movie ever is a gimmick. It's the equivalent of holding the Guinness World Record for getting the most hand jobs in a calendar year and just not telling anybody that they were self-induced. Neither counts when people find out the truth. You're just another jerk-off. 2 out of 10. Originality, yes, this is an original vision. Whether or not it pays off the ideas it presents is another story, but I can't and won't debate this as a unique film. 4 out of 5. Rewatchability. Alright, I'm sorry, I appreciate what you were trying to do, but slogging my way through it once was enough. This is a better movie, but I'd frankly rather rewatch Return to Silent Hill if for no other reason that it's 25 minutes shorter than Iron Lung. 0 out of 5. Enjoyment was tough. I liked the visuals, and to an extent the mystery of Iron Lung intrigued me, but not paying off the stronger points and the inability to discriminate what does and does not need to be in this movie is where you lost me. A 45-minute shorter cut clocking like an hour and 15 minutes would have been far more intriguing. Leave the 129-minute version to a director's cut. 1 out of 5. Alright, so overall, these add up to a possible 100 points, and when I chainsaw this off, your Massa score for the Iron Lung is 38 out of 100. Now I'm going to tell you straight up, my theater was packed, and it got applause at the end of it. So maybe it's just me, or maybe folks showed up already knowing that this was going to be their favorite movie of the year. I saw enough to know that I would be interested in seeing Markiplier's next film, but it's a one and done for me on the Iron Lung. Kindred Spirits, Pandorum, Divinity, Underwater. That's all I got for you, cretins. That's going to do it for today, creeps. Let me know if you saw the Iron Lung and what you thought of it right over here. And as always, this is all just a matter of opinion. See it yourself, make your own decisions, remain critical, support horror.